Me, I will be in Monova.
You will be. That why I wanted to ask you. You will go to a hall and tell you to be careful.
I'll be in Monova Diva tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
The God power, get me clear.
Yeah.
And Messiah, I'll be wishing for me to see in Monrovia. Because you and myself going together.
Yeah, I will go, but I will not go tomorrow.
Yeah, it will not be tomorrow, but anyway.
Yeah. Anytime they see me,
yeah, thank you very much. You get me clear?
Yeah.
So let me take that with the paper, yeah. But you tell me, now you take power, you. The old man, he now is excuse me, is my uncle, he now is a fully person. You come about to own time.
So, but what happened? You were not versed with Yaka Kulba when he used to talk about Opom, but he just talks more about Joseph Boakai than you. Like somebody want. Yeah, they have to be. Thank you very much.
No, let me get some more. Yeah,
I was asking you some kind of question. I say, when Yaka Kulba used to be talking about George Weah, talking all kind of things there.
Yeah.
You were not saying anything.
Yeah, man. I read here, man. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, you were not used to get vexed, and you were here. You were looking at Yaka Kulba. You used to talk all kind of things about Opom.
Yes.
Why be he just talk one thing about Joseph Boakai, then you vex like that?
Enough, what is that? Like the winning party were on.
No, so when you want the winning party do bad in the Monaton.
Oh, wait, now I want to ask you a question. Get me clear?
Yeah.
I told you from the beginning. I said, George Weah, he was not a bad man. He was looking at the alligator, the thing that was behind him, like takes for George Weah. I told you fair blame. Get me clear? Okay. But now the in power here. So you go about kind small, yeah.
So any money he use, nobody more.
No, very own money. Let me now. He said, tell Richard in a drawer here. Well, he would not let the show.
How you know all that one?
As for me, I got monitor people. The old man is a very cool and calm man. So when my parents just told the money and just start spending it as a way you want to spend the money. Because my parents is a very smart man. And so when again, the money is there. He know how to use the money.
But he said
we had the time we were having an election here. We see more there. Papa is a smart man. Papa is do economic. Number two,
he do economic.
Yes, the Papa does the cut at heart before you can spend money somewhere. He know where you spend that money there. Thank you very much. So God bless you. You know.
Okay. Yeah. Before you go now, tomorrow you'll be going. What you have to tell your people that are watching you now, because you have Eddie Harris, you have Francis H. Baye. Most of them already, Matthew Bazzi there, and you know, Marco Bosson, all of them watching you. You have Layi A. Kanen, all of them.
From where? From Monrovia?
Most of them from Monrovia, and you know, see Joel Dennis, all of them watching you.
Thank you.
So what you have to tell them, because you'll be en route to Monrovia anytime.
By the grace of God, I will be
following and they play you here or you there. So, Mr. Thank you very much. Hello again.
How are you, Julia? How are you?
Yeah, we understand that you two verse with Yaka Kulba. What happened?
Thank you very much. You know what happened?
No.
One part is that me, to say I know ABC.
Yeah.
I will be good. I will be Christian man Yaka Kulba.
What happened?
Thank you very much.
Well, Yaka Kulba that your man. What happened?
Yes, you know what happened?
No.
The old man, let me get the old man get small. One part that we all for the battle for the old man.
Okay.
You get me clear?
Yeah.
But he might not be too hard on the paper.
But you will have one upon. Why you tell you can't be
propaganda? So they take advantage of that and they spread their own dirty propaganda to outpower us, to outsmart us, to dirty us around the world. So the investor cannot come here because you want to come. They'll be afraid. That's their intention, not to allow the investor to come. So they do all kinds of things to destroy this government image. That's what I know. Because this government cannot involve itself in killing people and killing people. President George Weah, when he became president, he opened a church.
In more recent time, and just over the weekend, Ambassador Joseph Boakai made a statement that people shouldn't take men's job and give it to boys.
He said, Joseph Boakai, I used to give it to him. Ambassador Boakai, it's a disgrace and a shame to you to become vice president in 12 years, for 12 years. For all the name of time you work in government, to have Stinton then bringing you to public ridicule, to be saying on national radio, it's a disgrace to you. You shouldn't have accepted that. I expected you to rebunk what you said. But it is true. You know how money? You are living by begging, and you acknowledge it. Stinton was very boastful. To say, LeBron don't know why. You know, during the second round, I had a press conference that all my insulin battle boss. My insulin battle did not boss. Let me appreciate all the nurses, the doctors. When I right after my press conference, I received insulin that can serve me for 2 years.
Wagana baby, waga get money. Yeah, yaga get fresh came. Yaga get fresh came.
Oh.
Yaga fresh came.
So just a jacket to ask Waga, we got the money for I give it.
Yes. And I got no right to waga that baby. Huh?
But now president, anything do people sort of know they can't get the money from
No. And that's supposed to be that.
How is it be?
And that's supposed to be that.
How you think it's supposed to be?
And you cannot get no right to work out. You must give me the money account or either where you get the money from and blah 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 blah. Wow. What I say what you got?
Oh. So I just for money being getting very soon.
Yes. The trouble they want from that ass ball. That ain't made me very. But who now in the country? That I tell it there.
But people can be happy when you get me saying that thing there. It can make the leaders there. Maybe I can one corruption and be city the money.
It can make me happy. That first can I tell you get today. Now start that.
I used to give Joseph Barker. I used to give it to him. People want the proof. I don't want that Joseph Barker to go so trouser. You know how trouser before? You know how suit before? It's a disgrace for you, Joseph Walker. Your embarrassment will be kind of situation. You need to stop it. People are bringing things for you today because you're in the presidency. So let me say to you, Mr. President-elect, Ambassador Joseph Yuma Boakai, while away you went to one program to sympathize with the poor Tuduta, you said on behalf of me and my family, we gave our first initial contribution of $10 million with 200 bed arrests. That is $55,000 when you do the breakdown. And you need to declare to the Lebron who gave you that money. I don't know how many days. It has been more than 7 days. I gave you additional 3 days to declare to the Lebron who gave you that money. Because the corner is very clear. The corner is very, very clear. The corner is very, very clear. The corner section 1.3.2 talk about bribery. The corner section 1.3.3 talk about cash out gift and go down to part 6. You can do your research. The corner say any elected or public official that receives anything that is more than $200 US must declare to the Lebrimpo in 7 days. Joseph Walker, it's a challenge to you to declare to the Lebrimpo who gave you that $10 million. We're not saying double. We're not saying not giving you money because they want monopoly over importing or rest. But if you don't tell the Lebrimpo in 3 days, I will call press conference and tell the Lebrimpo who gave you money. And tell the Lebrimpo who took your son Tatan to Lebanon. If you don't do that, this car, the Lebron bought, I am the mechanic for the car. Anywhere the car break down, I will repair it. We will keep moving on until we succeed. If you think we'll bring you to power, for no criminals will come behind you and be misguiding you, we don't know you to be like that. And be misguiding you, you know very well the Constitution, the Code of Conduct frown on this.
People over there, what pay people get money from? You come for your pocket like government money?
Yeah, well,
the woman now you power here. Can you tell me you start you want to honor the paper? Honor the paper?
You want to order the paper?
Why me? Why me?
We can have a change. Those are the people I'm talking for. I'm not talking for you all in America. Hold y'all say I let my good joy in America to come well. You are not doing no
like pocket money. You come for your pocket, like money.
Oh.
I want to ask you because you are like money.
Okay, but in your man now, where the man took the money from? Why you could buy
The
one?
old man, let me tell you something. Yeah, the old man, he have money. But you not.
Could buy now get right to ask you what place he told that money.
That's what as the old man. The old man has said the company before. And number 2, he had money before. That is getting clear?
Yeah.
Please, I want to tell you, you must please calm down small.
I gave you additional 3 days to declare to the people who gave you that money. Because the color is very clear. The color, when you apply for work, when you go for interview, right there, the code tell you, say from today you start work. You can start working while they're trying to give you a letter, your employment letter. So far, I started working now, I didn't get an employment letter. Our people in King John that being harassed by B. Martin. Our people in Bikena, in Nima County, that being harassed by Metal Steel, that the government here, they the ones stood up for their government. Now you're criminal there beyond Joseph Walker. You better be careful before I change my English on you. You better be careful when you push me to the wall, I will change it, you will feel bad. You better slow down.
Baby, what I get money. Yeah, you got your first man. You got your first man. You got first case.
So just get to ask Waga where you got the money from. I give it.
Yes. And I got no right to ask Waga that baby. Huh?
But now president, anything do people sort of know they please get the money from?
No. And that's supposed to be that.
How is it be?
And that's supposed to be that.
How is it supposed to be?
And you cannot get no right to ask workers, you must give me the money account, or either where you get the money from, and blah, 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 blah. Wow! Workers say what you got?
Oh. So I get for the money, Benny getting very soon.
Yes! The trouble they want from that ass ball, that ain't many very. But who now in the country? That I tell it there.
But people can be happy when you get me saying that thing there.
They take advantage of that and they spread their own dirty propaganda to outpower us, to outsmart us, to dirty us around the world, so the investor cannot come here.
I can stand up and talk for 3 hours. Man can stand up and talk for 3 hours. You not even talk for charter ministry. You want
killing people. President George Weah, when he became president, he opened a church.
In more recent time, and just over the weekend, Ambassador Joseph Yuma Boakai made a statement that people shouldn't take men's job and give it to boys. He's a boy taking over a man's task in the presidency. What do you make of that?
Two things I want to say. That statement doesn't go well with me. Mr. Weah is a boy. I think he's a good boy because Joseph Boakai, former Vice President Boakai, dropped in his heart. He collapsed, almost died. It is that boy, because George Weah, who ran there, pick him up, charter a plane to fly him abroad.
We can stand up and talk for 3 hours. Man can stand up and talk for 3 hours. You not even talk for charter ministry, you want that. We can stand up and talk for 3 hours. Man can stand up and talk for 3 hours. You not even talk for charter ministry, you want that. We can stand up and talk for 3 hours. Man can stand up and talk for 3 hours.
These things could happen behind the scenes. So I supported Joseph Boakai, knowing that by 2023 he'll be tired. Okay. Knowing that 2023 he'll be tired, he could have a good heart, everything good, but the brain is going down. My father, right now, I buy him pamper. Every day I gotta buy a pamper. There's a man who bought me pamper before. I'm buying pamper now because the time has reached. So I thought the old man could be president in 2017 and run for this. And he said, he said, when you run for one term, he said, I agree with him. 2023, no, I disagree. We
can stand up and talk for 3 hours. Man can stand up and talk for 3 hours. You not even talk for charter ministry, you want that. We can stand up and talk for 3 hours. Man can stand up and talk for 3 hours. You not even talk for charter ministry, you want that. We can stand up and talk for 3 hours. Man can stand up and talk for 3 hours. You not even talk for
Catholic ministry, you want that. Boycott, the former vice president, Peking, he's using battery. He's a battery total. Such a man cannot even be president of this country. He said, so maybe that the frustration making to speak the way he did, calling the president boy. So Joseph Boycott, the former vice president, Peking, he's using battery. He's a battery total. Such a man cannot even be president of this country. He said, so maybe that the frustration making to speak the way he did, calling the president boy. So Joseph Boycott, the former vice president, Peking, he's using battery. He's a battery total. Such a man cannot even be president of this country. He said, so maybe that the frustration making to speak the way he did, calling the president boy. How many million people voted that boy? So many millions. Look at this boy and you elected him. Maybe you call Joseph, George Weah boy because of the age, because Joseph Boyka is over 70 and this boy is about 50 something. So when you say boy, well, that's it. But boy in the sense of immaturity, no. George Weah is mature. He's mature. That's why he told Joseph Boyka on the ground where he collapsed to fly here, bro, for medical checkup, for medical heart surgery. That's what made him to live today. I think Joseph Boyka, in conclusion, should be very grateful to that boy who flew here out of the country for open heart surgery that make him to live today. But the way Joseph Boyka speaks, the way he acts, he is one of the 9 ungrateful. Man can stand up and talk for 3 hours. You not even talk for Catholic ministry, you want that. We can stand up and talk for 3 hours. Man can stand up and talk for 3 hours. You not even talk for Catholic ministry, you want that. The fact is, you could have emailed you, but he did not. He saved this old man. But what the old man is returning is ungratefulness. Call this president boy. You call the whole Liberian president boy, then you old man, you told him battery around here. But I cannot look at a battery man and elect you, because any minute you could collapse. But you already said you want to be president, and we know your record. You're on the time bomb, on the borderline.
Just sitting and laughing at reading the comment section. John Balu said, the reason why he's in this is to save the state. Save Liberia. But Senator Balu was senator when in his county, 5 wonderful Liberians gruesomely murdered. Their bodies were mutilated. He didn't say anything. A colleague who was then a senator, whose name is enshrined in the TRC report, whose testimony you can find everywhere, that allegedly Kara is massacred on the Kabbalah River, became a senator from in jail. He came from jail. That case died in Maryland. Senator Balu was senator. Senator Balu was senator when Keith Juba was killed. Senator Balu was senator when the Fulani man was beheaded in River G. Senator Balu was senator when the 17 young men were killed between Lower Magidi and Grand Bassa County. Senator Balu was senator when one of the people who funding all of his effort were giving Intergenet Hosmer money and squash car to lobby for him to move on traveling ban and access free. But today, he said he wants to save the country. Senator Balu was senator when Bridgeway from London came to do prospect in Liberia. Senator Balu then got vehicle and money.
Balu la Brian the senator.
He thought of saving Liberia then. You know, sometimes some people sit on a particular platform, and this is the reason why the argument is going to get big this few times. Because look,
I don't think I can do this. It's against my faith. I don't want to do it.
Agostina,
Yeah.
you can't put me in any situation that I can handle. Don't do it to me. You can't put me in any situation that I can handle. Don't do it to me. You can't put me in any situation that I can handle. Don't do it to me. If you talk to somebody and they tell you, say, oh, because I'm more, don't do it. Don't put me in any situation I can handle.
I don't care for anybody, bro.
No, okay, you ain't got to do it. What you do for me, let her go to the lady tomorrow morning. We'll see her. That's all. You ain't got to do anything. Yeah?
Yeah, for what now?
Agostina, don't put me in any situation I can handle. Where you?
At the station.
All right, I'll come in for you after you, so we can go see her, yeah?
For do what now?
Not doing anything, we just go and see her.
I don't do anything, but I can't do it. I can't afford it.
Agostina, that will not be for me.
It's not a job budget. And somebody come and stand in front of me and say, Representative Grace misleading them.
Not doing anything, we just go and see her.
I I can't do it. I can't afford it.
Agostina, that will not be for me. Not doing anything. We just go and see her.
I can't do it. I can't afford it.
Agostina, that will not be.
I can't do it. I can't afford it.
Agostina, that will.
I can't do it. I can't afford it.
Agostina, that will not.
I can't do it. I can't afford it.
Agostina, that will not.
I can't do it. I can't afford it.
Agostina, that will not be.
I can't do it. I can't afford it.
Agostina, that will not.
I can't do it. I can't afford it.
Agostina, that will not.
I can't do it. I can't afford it.
Agostina, that will.
I can't do it. I can't afford it.
Agostina, that will.
I can't do it. I can't afford it.
Agostina, that will not be for me.
I can't do it. I can't afford it.
Agostina, that will not be for me.
I can't do it. I can't afford it.
Agostina, that will not be for me.
I can't do it. I can't afford it.
Agostina, that will not be for me.
I can't do it. I can't afford it.
Agostina, that will not be for me.
I can't afford it.
Agostina, that will not be for me.
Not a job.
Agostina, that will not be for me.
Not a job budget. And somebody come and stand in front of me and say, Representative Grace misleading the public. It's a disservice to you, and you must hold their feet to the fire because some of you voted for these thieves. Okay? The House Donor is a thief. It's a thief. I'm telling you, it's a thief. Anybody who lie on what he took, he had checked here. We published no checks before. He denied a signature on those checks before 2020 campaign. He's a common criminal. I'm saying that to you. He's a common criminal. There's the budget you voted for. He's a criminal because he lied at $3.6 million not in the budget. He can't take me anywhere. I defy him. That's a criminal. No, I'm not angry. I'm being forceful. I'm being intellectual. I'm providing facts. No, I said something I didn't mention him, so they don't know I'm a medicine. He has no integrity in lie about integrity. He's in the crisis of integrity. He's drowning in the crisis of integrity. He's not only fake. He's drowning in the crisis of integrity. I say he's a criminal. He's a thief. To take a $45,000 car in the budget to vote for it, not just but to vote for it, and you didn't inform the people because say everything you were informed the people on record for that, and he didn't say anything about it. Okay, the pastor didn't vote, but why he didn't say it? Why he didn't say he voted for it? The records are there, Lord. Gentlemen. Senator Delon should be treated as a common criminal for lying to the public that there's no $3.6 million in the budget. Okay, and they say they didn't want it. Where they place it? There's 3.6 million. The money here. The thing is in the budget. There's the final budget. So like they don't tell you when they took it all of a sudden when they put it. I beg you. One question is when they took it out, can you show us where you put your share? That's the question. If they answer that question, come back to me.
That's war. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. I beg you. Forgive me. No, don't just go like that. I beg you. I beg you, sir.
Already happened.
I kill your brother out of madness. But please, I will be able to play the brother for you. I'm not be able to do everything that your brother can do. But I will stand there whenever you need a brotherly counsel. Whenever you need a brotherly protection, try to call on me. I beg you, please. It's the toughest movement in my life to see somebody who had hurt in the past. She's still crying. I killed her brother. Where's she going? I shot him and, chop him dead. Now, when she reminded me, I felt
like that. That's why you have to protect it. If you think they will see this election, you will not allow it. Because if you do it, that's the end of this country. We're not going to allow that to happen. Like that.
Everything I do, we must first tell the thing to the people.
That's what I'm saying.
We've been doing that with people cleaning the champagne in our various communities. So, in social science, we go to people and ask them what the name. And so you posing them to say, I name this. But if you ask your people, then what do you carry to them? So before I ask them what the name and what the name that we take them to them.
Your three major priorities.
Right now, if you look at I'm a teacher in profession.
You teacher?
Yeah, I'm a teacher. Okay. The second thing is that we want the boroughs autonomous.
The boroughs what?
It's autonomous. It's autonomous. Yeah, it's autonomous.
Go ahead.
And we look at some of the things we have to consider because we talk about autonomous, that means you have a lot of facility, a lot of things that you do in the borough. And If you are autonomous and you have everything to do, and if you look at Nukuta, many young people are graduated from college in the district. Right now, the first thing we embarked was to have a reconciliation regional meeting of the communities.
So Tia, at what level were you teaching? Was it elementary, junior high, or senior high?
We're taking elementary divisions.
Oh,
elementary division. And we're credible, we are more accessible, and we're development oriented. So
hello, Robert B. here. Robert B. here is a librarian. After our graduation from the elementary school, we keep the Murray to attend the junior high school, the Pasadena Junior High School, and from there we went to Central High and we graduated 1998. I'm a teacher in professions. Robert here is one of the daughter's son. Robert is one of the parents' son. Robert here is deserved to be a servant in the district. Robert here is a public servant. I always work at the National Security Agency. In Kematan, in Kematan.
Gabriel had to go to the main store.
So the man wanted for you to go steal from the web post store.
Yeah. He said, I'm a join to go steal.
Good afternoon. We apologize for starting on a very late note. There are too many things happening in the country and a lot of issues going on in Liberia. My name is Kine Oliver Kine. I'm here today on this Wednesday edition of the program with a lot of issues going on. Too many things to talk about. An unconfirmed list that should be constituting the second batch of presidential appointment. It was released on today with the likes of Mr. Amin Moda, the owner of Bella Casa Hotel, reportedly nominated to be the next Minister of Commerce and Industry, replacing Madam Mawani Diggs on that list. We have a security officer, Ibrahim Kroma, being taped to go to the DEA. We also have a lot of other people on what is believed to be the second batch of presidential appointments. Too many things happening in the country. Are we in the era of the old wines in new bottles situation? Or what is it? What do we expect from this government? Mr. Joe Walker told the country that Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, his predecessor and boss lady for 12 years, has squandered the opportunities of our people and country. Mr. Walker is on record of telling the Liberian people that Madam Sirleaf squandered our opportunities. Interestingly, from an interesting position, this same Mr. Walker is appointing people who served, people who were previously appointed by Madam Sirleaf. So where are we heading? What is the difference in this situation? You criticize Madam Sirleaf of having a lot of people who were incompetent and those who could not do the job adequately. But at this level, there's different appointments you've made so far are people who serve the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf's administration. What are they going to do differently? What will they do differently? We're going to be running into the files of individual presidential appointees. We're going to be making our own recommendation to the Liberian National Legislature, specifically the Liberian Senate, and to ensure that when those nominees are before the different committees for confirmation of purposes, the due diligence that is required to get this country moving. It should be a year too. The time in Monrovia is about 4:37. We take a break, have words from our sponsor, Crime Stoppers Liberia. When we come back, we look into all of the issues making the news in our country, with specific reference to the new batch of appointees. And Madam Sarah Beslo Yanti has been taped to go as the Minister of Foreign Affairs. Is it authentic? Or what can we know? What do we know? Let's take a break to be right back.
The people bringing safety to your door. For them before Liberia, from the center to interior.
Okay, so welcome back to the program Freedom Hub on 87.9. My name is Kai. I'm here today on a lone presentation. Alexa is not around, so we're going to be running to the issues making the news in country. There are too many things to talk about. Liberia is becoming an interesting country on a daily basis. There are too many things happening. Too many things happening in the country, and we got to talk more about it. The first and foremost is to inform all of you, our people. We're going to run into the main issues making the news in the country, but let us have this very clear to all of you, the followers and supporters of this platform, Freedom Hub. Those of you who love to listen to Alexa, those of you who love to listen to me, those of you who love to listen to Freedom Hub, and by extension, Freedom Radio Liberia. Now, let it be clear that we are going to be very vocal on issues in this country, especially those issues that will border on the livelihood of our people. Those issues that will tend to embarrass this country. Those issues that will tend to keep our people in abject poverty. We're going to be very clear on those issues. This radio show from 4 to 6 on a daily basis on Freedom Radio Liberia is going to be purely dedicated to the well-being of the Liberian people. It is going to be purely dedicated to the well-being of the people of Liberia as it has been in the past time. I'm sending this as a note to all of you, our ardent followers, so that you bear in mind that what we're going to be doing on this radio station for the next months and years to come will be things that will be in the interest of you, the ordinary people, and nothing else. We went to an election. There were a series of elections held for the representative, senator, in the presidential election. The Liberian people spoke at the ballot box and decided to make Mr. Bouaka the president of the country, Mr. Jeremiah Kuhn the president of the vice president of the country. During the campaign, we made our positions clear on this radio station. For us, we were very clear as to what we believed would have been the best decision for the people of our country. But we live in a democratic space. When the people in their number through a democratic process go and make a particular decision, that decision is a democratic decision that was taken, and it is binding on the rest of the people in the country. Now, do we fold our hands to say, okay, since we advised the people they didn't listen, so the government, to put anything the government do to them, that their business? Do we do that? No. Do we fold our hands and say, okay, I'm on Freedom Hub. This is I'm a care. We told the people of the consequences awaiting their decision. We told them of the implication of electing Mr. X, Mr. Y to the position. We made them to understand the 2 million power struggle, the 2 million different side attractions, as it relates to a decision they want to make. We advise them. Since they did not listen, we'll leave them alone. No, we will not leave the Liberian people alone. Our job is to ensure that whatever that will represent a government in this country, whether under Mr. Bouaka, under Mr. Kuhn, under Mr. Weah, under Mr. Cummings, whatever that will represent government in this country, our job is to ensure that that government will be for the people of Liberia and nothing else. And so with live in our system and this radio station available through the endless support of Mr. Sam Sire, we are going to continue to ensure that the Liberian government, irrespective of whoever is in charge in this situation under Mr. Joe Bouaka, will do what she was elected to do. And the way we can make that happen is to keep their feet to the fire and keep reminding them of the commitments they made to the Liberian people during the elections. That is one thing we are not going to bow down to. Under no circumstances will that happen. We're going to be very clear. We will not be insultive. We're not going to be rude, as we've never been rude in the past. We've never done rudeness on this radio before. We've been very clear and objective. We've been very, very straightforward on the issues. There are policy issues that came up during the course of the campaign. There are issues the Unity Party promised the Liberian people that they will do differently. When we start to sense that they are not on par with what they told the Liberian people, we will stand up, we will call on them, we will ensure that they do what is just in the supreme interest of the people of our country. That is what we'll do. That is what we are committed to, and that is what the mode of operations of this platform will be in the coming days. So if anybody is somewhere thinking that this radio platform is going to change, you got to be thinking, you got to be, you got to be on something very high. What we will not do is to turn this place into a man and power cost platform. No, we'll not do it. When you call on this radio, we will not give you the chance to insult anybody in administration. No, we're not going to do that. That is not civilization. That is not intellectualism. When you call, if there is an issue relative to the well-being of the Liberian people, if there is a particular situation confronting a particular sector in this country, we will afford you the opportunity to air your views, to make your suggestions known, to make recommendations, to say what was on your mind, what you think can help move this country forward. But if it is to insult somebody, man, to curse somebody and say all kinds of abusive stuff, this platform, I'm sorry to disappoint you, will not be used for such. So please let this message claim your attention. I'm saying it because, unfortunately, this is what we should have done yesterday, since it was the first day under the Bouaka's administration. Never late. We thought to set this as our ground rules, right? Yeah, new administration, new rules. It's very clear. You can be very polite. You can be very objective. Oh, yes, you can be very fiery in the way you say your things. Don't just curse. Hello? Don't just insult. Don't say, don't curse. Cursing, don't curse. There is nothing in cursing. Oh, yes, do not curse. Don't curse somebody. No. Cursing is not part of intellectualism. It doesn't show that you are even a good person. It doesn't show that you are a good Liberian. What you can do is to look in the face of the system and say, this is not what you told the people of Liberia during the elections. You promised them that you will not do this. You promised them that this will be done differently. You promised them that this is what, why are you doing this? Instead of doing this, why are you doing this? I mean, those are the conversations we're going to be encouraging. On this platform, we're not going to pamper anything. We're not going to do it. We went to an electoral process. The Liberian people have options. They choose the Unity Party and Mr. Bwaka to lead them. Good. That is the decision that was made. It is a national decision, and the entire country is moving ahead because the inaugurations were held. Although it was an embarrassing situation on day before yesterday, it was very, very, very embarrassing. I mean, till now, the Nigerians are still making mockery of Liberia. You know, a Nigerian comedian has just made a video that is trending. The video is somewhere around 1.23 million views around the world. You know, where citizens around the world, people are kind of treating Liberia as a laughing stock. I mean, those are embarrassing things. Although it happened that way, but we have a country, we have a government, and that government is committed. I mean, it's obligated to the people of the country. For that obligation to be actualized, it will have to require people like us to stand tall in the system and say to them, this is what you're supposed to do. For example, you promised the Liberian people that Mr. Weah reduced their salary. Mr. Weah harmonized their salary. And that the economy was strong. Mr. Weah didn't have to harmonize salary. He had all of what it requires to pay people, whatever they should be paid. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. You said that during the campaign. So on this radio, what we'll be doing in the coming days, it's good that a new Minister of Finance was already appointed. What we'll be doing on this radio is to ask the Unity Party government that, hey, you said George Weah was the bad person. You said Weah was very evil. Weah cut people's salary. He shouldn't have done so. It was wrong. Good. You're already in power. You have the Minister of Finance. You still have LRA generating resources. You still have all of the companies here. Please take the salary to where it's supposed to be. Now, the failure on the part of the Unity Party to do that, it means they've lied to the people of our country. That is where our advocacy is going to come from. But in the course of doing so, we're going to do it in a way that it doesn't appear to be a man and past cause show. Hello? It's not going to be man and past cause causing spree. We're not going to encourage that. We'll say what we're supposed to say. They promise agriculture. When we look at the agricultural sector and it is not moving in the right direction, we're going to bring it up. We're going to discuss it. We're going to remind them that this is not what you promised. Now, if they're doing well in the agricultural sector, of course, we'll acknowledge what they've done or what they will be doing. If they intend to, Mr. Bwaka told us, prior to the elections that in 100 days, no way, you will go in this country and see a vehicle hitching. Cars will not hitch in the mud. That is a promise that he made. Interestingly, he said that because during the dry season in this country, vehicles can hitch. No car can hitch dry season in January, February, March. In Liberia, car can hitch because of the dry season. And he got inaugurated the day before yesterday. So in the first 100 days, which will be 3 months, about 9 days, 3 months, 9 days, obviously, car will not hitch in the country because it will be dry season. So instead of us holding Mr. Bwaka accountable on that 100-day situation, we'll appeal to him to say, Mr. Bwaka, let's push it beyond 100 days. Let's say in the first 250 days, because in 250 days time, it will have to go into the rainy season. So if you're so sincere about making impacts on our roads, then let's push it from 100 days, because 100 days will be in the dry season where the sun can won't split the ground. That one car can hitch. So let's push it to 250 days or 280 days. Now, in that period, we will be able to know exactly whether you've made tremendous impact in the road sector or not. Those are the kind of conversations we're going to be encouraging on this platform. But the golden rule is that when the platform is presented to you to make your 1 minute contribution, to make a 2 minutes contribution, use it efficiently, void of insults. This show will not be used for somebody to curse anybody. You can get angry and express yourself to your government, but it doesn't require you insulting. So that's what I thought to get across to human people, so that we move forward and have a lot of other discussions on the table. Now, so with that said, there are too many things we are witnessing in the country. The first and foremost has to do with what is believed to be the latest appointment that was done by Mr. Boakai. So, regrettably for us, we are not finding the appointments on e-mansion. And I had thought that during the presidential transitional meetings, I had thought that the United Party's team would have worked with the former government in a way that the e-mansion administrators would have handed over the Executive Mansion Facebook page to the new administration. Because what we are witnessing at this level is that appointments are being made, and we do not find these appointments on e-mansion website, neither do we see it on Facebook, on the e-mansion Facebook page. This is not how it's supposed to be. I mean, we can keep running around to authenticate what is true or what is not. Now, just this morning, I mean, the Women Voices newspaper, just did a story on their official page. Yeah. The Women Voices newspaper just did a story on their official page. President Boakai makes additional appointment. You seen it? That's the Women Voices newspaper. Now, I'm leaving the Women Voices newspaper, and I'm headed to the Executive Mansion website. And I'm going to the Executive Mansion official Facebook page. And the Executive Mansion official Facebook page, all we see there are photographs of Mr. Boakai being inaugurated, former President Salif, and the rest of the folks' inaugural pages. That is the latest post from the Executive Mansion official Facebook page. Now, when you have the government starting on this 14th, where everybody will be eager to know exactly who are in the front line as it relates to appointments, it is important that the office of the president do everything possible to have an official channel of communication to the public. And that will mean making use of the most available form of communication in the country. You can use the traditional media, outlets through the radio stations, the newspapers, and whatever the case. You can also use social media, which is the newest sensation. Thankfully, the Ellens administration maintained the Facebook page of the Executive Mansion. The Weahs administration took over from the Ellens administration and decided to maintain it till the inauguration of Mr. Boakai. So what we think should be the situation at this level is that instead of you having flying shit around the corner, I mean, look at the last time. It was my journalist colleague, Gennaro Togba, Yanchi Gennaro Togba, whose page, we had to see the appointment of the first batch of people, Yeah, it was his page and the pages of several others. When we have the Executive Mansion Facebook page that is supposed to be used, that's supposed to be the official channel of disseminating information on social media to the Liberian population and the people around the world. Why are we not using the page? The new government should, we'll have to provide explanation towards that. Now, in the midst of it all, the first batch came, and yeah, we already know that the first batch of appointees, will include Greg Como and the rest of the other people. Then we have the second batch of people coming. The Women Voices is reporting that with less than 78 hours in office, the Liberia's President Joe Boakai made additional appointment in his government affecting the Ministry of Commerce, the Ministry of Justice, the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency, the Foreign Affairs Ministry, and the Liberian Revenue Authority. This is from Women Voices newspaper. We have an official channel of communication at the Executive Mansion as a country. Let us use it. That is going to be very authentic. Now, the reason why we're saying so is because you don't want the public to keep guessing as to whether the things are true or not. Presidential appointments, especially in a new government, are not things that people sort of be speculating about. We should have an official channel that we can confirm all of these news from. What's wrong with the eMansion website? What's wrong with the eMansion Facebook page? I mean, these are supposed to be people who are educated by God. I mean, for God in heaven's sake. These are supposed to be those who understand governance to the letter, because you branded the people you succeeded. You branded them as being inept. You branded them as being childish. You branded them as people who do not know what they are doing. In fact, you went to the length of even asking, how did we get here, because you felt they were in power. Now, the Liberian people made a decision to make you the next government. Instead of you acting responsibly, I mean, we can keep starting on this note. You have a very terrible inauguration. A disgraceful one for that matter. An embarrassing one for that matter. Where Mr. Boakai had to suffocate. That was what we encountered. Good. We say, okay, well, let's forget about it. The heat was there. Play the program planner did not do what it's supposed to do. So let bygone be bygone. Let's proceed. Now, in the night, instead of you doing what is appropriate, you had a flying sheet coming up with the first batch of appointment. Today, you have another batch of appointment coming, and we are reading it through Women Voices newspaper with the Facebook pages of other people saying it's unconfirmed. Now, you don't want to run the government like that. This is a government. This is not a political party institution. Even with a political party, you were updating the public through the Unity Party page. The Unity Party has an anti-Facebook account that was being managed by Colonel Kratogba and Mo Ali. Now, in government, that you should have tentative press officers who will be able to communicate the president's decision to the Liberian people via those mediums. No, you want to do it now. This is called being responsible in the discharge of your national responsibilities. That's what you want to do. And so we can keep moving around to know where to authenticate these nominations. We can keep passing around. It's going to make no sense at all. It's going to make no sense. So it is important that we act the new system. I'm told the presidential press secretary, or the individual who has been tipped to be the presidential press secretary, is an old man who may be encountering difficulties in handling social media and other stuff. But yeah, the presidential press secretary can appoint, can also hire press officers. You can also hire other press officers who will be working directly under you as a presidential press secretary, and they can be able to manage, the Facebook page. They may have the digital, knowledge. All you need to do when the president gave the instruction, you can pass it down to your press officers. They upload it before it is finally posted. You do the editing, you do the preview, you do the final confirmation, and you can give them the go ahead. This should not be a difficult thing. It should not. Please, the Liberian people went to elections and they choose to vote you because you told them you can do it better. The start is so ugly. We're not going to accept it. The start of your system is so terrible. This is not what they voted for. We've not even gone into governance yet. We've not gone into the mean crux of the matter, the bread and butter issues that you kept confronting Joshua with. We've not gone there yet. But the setup, the very embryo stage of your setup is so horrible. You got brilliant young men and women in the system who should be able to run things. All of you are educated people. We at least expect this kind of poor arrangement, this kind of, uncoordinated approaches from you. We at least expect it. This is a country you're running. I don't want to say it's not a political party, because even political parties are institutions that are organized. Please, this is a country you are giving. You did a lot of criticism of your predecessors, including Madam Salif. You did a lot of criticism of Mr. Weah. You are now in charge of the country. You need to do what is appropriate and what is expected of you as a system. That's what you want to do. Now, how do we run into the files of these individuals who are being tipped to be appointed? For example, Amin Moda, according to the Women Voices newspaper, is being tipped to go to the Ministry of Commerce. How do we run analysis on it when there is no authentic source to confirm it? Do we start an analysis on somebody whose nomination is yet to be posted on the eMansion website or the eMansion Facebook page? Please, man, this is a country you have, and run it the way it's supposed to be. Even the people who you said they didn't go to school, who were childish, when Mamesi Kawaden were appointed, we saw it on the eMansion Facebook page. Yeah, those are people you said they didn't know it. Those are people you said knew nothing about governance. So how come you who didn't know more, those of you who got out of the knowledge, you're messing up? How come? We don't want it. This country is old. This country is very old. And I repeat, this country is terribly old. We need to make progress. And if we should make progress, those of you who will be in charge of this country for the next 6 years will have to demonstrate the highest level of excellence. Although nobody is infallible, but you need to put in a lot so that we as a country can achieve exactly what will be required to move our country forward. Now let's go to the main crux of the matter. Mr. Bouaka argued, and I'm going to find the clip. Let me try to find the clip. Let me do what I can to find the clip. Mr. Bouaka argued, and that was before his election. He argued. Let me find this. Hold on, fellow Liberians. Let me try to find it. Oh, yes, sir. He argued that Mr. Salif squandered many opportunities. She had all of the opportunities. She would have done this. She would have done that. She would have done this. She would have done that. But she squandered it. I want to find Mr. Bouaka's own voice. All right. Like we've said on this platform, we don't make up stories. For everything we say on this platform are things that we have evidence on. This is what Mr. Bouaka said. Oh my God. Okay. I think I have it. This radio station is heavily blessed with a lot of these records. So I want you to listen to what Mr. Bouaka said. Then we'll run into the appointments being made. Listen to this.
We had opportunity for the first.
Okay, just hold on a little bit.
Who are the darling of the world. We could have used that effectively. And that's what I'm talking about. We could have capitalized on that. When Nancy Pelosi came there and said, there. Well, and from them, they were looking for opportunities. So squander didn't mean squander money necessarily, but when you have a chance to do something and you don't do it well, you squander an opportunity. The people here are quick to misunderstand, but they do it intentionally. We had the opportunity for the first African female president. Who are the darling of the world. We could have used that effectively. And that's what I'm talking about. We could have capitalized on that. When Nancy Pelosi came there and said, Ellen, you led the world with light Liberia. there was going to be electricity. I was going to exploit all of those things there. A lot of things we could have done. I'm not saying that.
Okay. All right. So at this level, Mr. Bwaka, prior to being elected, informed us that Madam Salif squandered too many opportunities, which is acceptable. I mean, that is no argument anymore because he's now elected. This same Madam Salif who squandered a lot of the opportunities, according to Mr. Bwaka, is on record for appointing a lot of people who help her run the affairs of her government. Now, if the argument has been put forward by Mr. Bwaka in the past is that Madam Salif squandered many opportunities, then by default, it automatically shows that she squandered those opportunities because of the folks she hired. Because she was not everywhere in the country. She was not a minister of commerce. She was not a minister of this. She was not a minister of that. She hired people entrusted. Now, this same person who you said squandered opportunity, you came to power and you are using the same team of individuals who this person hired before. Now, let me go to the files. Let me go to the files. Let me go and start to read the names of some of those people who were hired. Now today, the new list that came, from the new list that we have, you can tell that Madam Sarah Beslo Yanti is the only person who is a newcomer to the system. Apparently, we may add Ami Moda. But let's look at the rest of the list. These are all people who served under the Ellens administration. When you look at the rest of the list, you will see people who served under the Ellens administration. Mr. Greg Como, who is the police director designate, the Inspector General of Police. He was the last IG for Madam Salif. So when you look at the woman, he says she's gonna opportunity, but you're using her people, then we're kind of confused. But we have a submission on that one. Now, then you look at, let me see. I'm trying to pull strings here. You look at several other names. Burma Kamara, who is being sent to the Ministry of Finance. The man who's supposed to take the salary back to pre-harmonization, Burma Kamara. Burma Kamara was the last Minister of Finance under President Johnson Sirleaf. Now you say Ellen's corner opportunity. Ellen did not do it well, but you're bringing the last person who served as Minister of Finance under Ellen to your government. As what? The same Minister of Finance. The last man who served as Inspector General of Police under Ellen, you're bringing him to what? To your government as what? The same Inspector General of Police. Sylvester Grisby served under the Ellens administration. Now, we are in no way challenging or disputing the ability of these individuals to serve their country. In fact, these are qualified and competent people. Until proven otherwise, these are people who have the credential, who have the experience to do the job. What we are saying at this level is to remind Mr. Bwaka that some of these things are not just the way people see it, are just not the way it appeared when power was not around. By you bringing these people on board shows clearly that there was a lack of a political will by your predecessor, Madam Johnson Sirleaf, to have made the utmost use of these people. I mean, that is the only implication I'm going to find from a political perspective. By bringing the simple Ellen were using, it's like you're saying, okay, you know why? These people may have been good, but Ellen were not good. That's why the opportunity was squandered. So since I'm the one using them, they will perform correct because I will not ensure that they squander the opportunity. That is the only sense that that issue is going to make to me. The Liberian people are hoping that these people who you are appointing, these people who served in the government of your predecessor, will do what the Liberian people will want. The election we went to was a very tense election with so much division. A lot of our people were divided. Till now, the country is still divided, and we are putting forward for a genuine national reconciliation to take place. People went at all levels during the election to say things that they didn't have reason saying to their friends, their relatives, their neighbors, their church members, and so forth. Now, the reason why everybody went along ahead to that extent is because the country is in dire need of transformation. We are hopeful that these people who you've selected, although most of them are people from the woman who you criticize, her government, most of them are from her government, but we hope that they will bring to bear what the Liberian people so desire. We will be behind these microphones to help them do it as well. The way we do it is not to be giving them milk and honey. It's to come here on a daily basis and we look at what they are supposed to do. If it is from the agricultural sector, we remind them of what's lacking in the agricultural sector and we make sure that they do it. That is what this microphone will be used for. Since Ellen squandered it, according to you, but you came and you're using the people who by default may have assisted in Ellen to squander it, no problem. All we hope is that whatever that may have assisted Ellen in squandering will not reach to this level because the country is so old for opportunity to continue to be squandered. Again, there is a need, there is a serious need for an authentic source to be established. In this case, there is a need for the new government to make use of the official channel of communication, which is the office of the Secretariat of the President. The Press Secretariat Office, e-Mansion website, e-Mansion Facebook page. So that going forward, we'll know when they say this man is nominated, we'll know where to go and confirm it. We can be confirming from small online news outlets that some of them are not even legitimate. And so that's exactly what we're going to do. So we'll take a break. When we come back, we take few calls on these issues. When we come back, the secretary of the Congress for Democratic Change, Mr. Jefferson Koji, did a press statement, and we will be looking into that press statement. But let's take a break. When we finish taking calls, we run into that conversation.
There are crowds in many places, in every community, you know, you can see. So if you see crime, report it. Don't take law in your hands for the right authority. That it can't take your law in. Crime stopper here for us, bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor, if you see a you must target, I mean you cheche. Do it for your safety. If you see it, don't keep it. I'm a part of report it. Crime stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime stopper, keeping us safe, the stopping crime for all. Crime Stopper, people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's stop it for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is here for you. Remember, you see it, you report it. This is a message from your own self, Omen Sam Sion.
Okay, so welcome back to the program Freedom Hub on 87.9. Let's go to the lines now and interact with you. Let's take some of your calls, some of your input on these conversations. Let's take your input. The numbers are the same. Call us on 086 500 104 0776 104 104 to be a part of the conversation. Yeah. We were able to give our rules going forward for this platform. Like we said, we made it very clear, and I hope you followed. Secondly, Mr. Bwaka told us that Madam Salif squandered too many opportunities, and her government didn't do well. He was at the back seat, and so had he been in the driver's seat, he would have ensured that he brought the best people together to run the country for the 12 years they had. Interestingly, when he came to power, a little over 90% of all those who are being appointed at this level are people who President Salih had in the system. Do you think they're going to be different? They will do it differently than how they used to do it under the Ellens era? What are your predictions from the list that's coming up so far? For example, Mr. Abi Kroma, the former 102, we are told that Abi Kroma is being taped to go to the DEA from the unauthentic, unofficial second batch of list. Madam Sarah Beslo Yanti has been tipped to go to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. We are told that Bella Kasa CEO Amin Modad is supposed to go to the Ministry of Commerce. We are told that Mr. Dawa Jala is supposed to go to the LRA. We are also told that Mr. Sam Gay will go to the EPS. Gregory Coleman, LMP. Buema Kamara, the Ministry of Finance, and so forth. What do you make of the first batch? Do you trust that they will do it different from how Ellen used to do it? Those are information we want the Liberian people to contribute towards. So the numbers are the same: 865 500 104 776 104 104 are those numbers to join the conversation. Let's take the first person on the line. Go ahead. Let's hear you. Good evening.
Okay.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, and going to Liberian people, I'm last pay and I joined the conversation from India.
India, go ahead, pay. Let's hear you.
Is it okay? You couldn't have said more than what you said. Okay. As Mr. Kumi usually said, doing the same thing and expecting different result is a waste of time. So Mr. Bwaka criticized Mr. We are of appointing inexperienced people in position, and now as seeing doing the same thing. Why will you make an appointment and we can see the appointment, the people being listed on the Imagine website? I think it's incumbent upon Mr. Bwaka to post this name on the executive Imagine website that the public will know who are they. And he creates Madam Salif. That is quite opportunity that we see him bringing a senior Sago politician back in the power. I think is a power. So Mr. Bwaka should know better. Thank you for giving the opportunities.
Okay, thank you very much. From India, let's come back to Liberia and take this person. Go ahead, 1 minute. Good evening.
My name is George.
Go ahead, George.
Okay, thank you ever so much for the topic for the discussion this afternoon. But overall, you have already said all. Because the same old people that came to power that we did all of it, they are the same old people that come back to power. So what are we expecting from the people today? That's my first question. Thank you for the topic.
Okay, thank you very much. Your background was noisy, but we got the point. This person, go ahead, 1 minute. Hello, sir. Let's hear you, sir.
Yeah, I'm calling for oral. I'm a name Telly Latte.
Telly, go ahead.
Yeah, to my point of view on this issue is that this problem is so really heavy. But this all the people are paying the government people and they bring all them back. So they just shutting. There's nothing. We can't pray that you will get the world. But I said the whole person coming back. Yeah, brother.
Okay. So do you trust that they will do it differently from what they used to do under the Ellens administration?
There's nothing they come to do different. That is something, the same group, and they don't come.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, my brother. Let's leave you right there and take this other international caller. Go ahead. Let's hear you. 1 minute.
Good morning. How are you?
We are great, my brother. Where you join us from?
I'm from Minneapolis, and thank you for giving me the opportunity. I think if you do your own investigation, if you look at Amin Muda, I think Amin Muda, like I know he paid for that job because Amin Muda was. If you look at the house he built of recent, if you look at the house he renovated of recent, so you mean to tell me that where he took the money from?
No,
because they're saying our commerce ministry. Where he took the money from?
He's a businessman. He's the owner of Bella Casa Hotel.
There's a conflict of interest. If he's saying to Minister of Commerce, and people are accusing that he's not Liberian, and on the same, look at the house he built, where he got the money from. Y'all do that investigation. If y'all took President Weah from there because he was doing the wrong thing, and you guys is coming back doing the same thing. Look at Amin Muda. Look at the house he got because he knew that he was coming to get appointed. Why the house? Look at the house. Why he did not fix that house the last 4 years ago? Why he did not fix that? Why he did not fix that house? When President Weah started to build a house, he became president. People criticize President Weah. The Liberian media criticize President Weah. Now Amin Muda is appointed in that particular position. Why? There are conflict of interest right there. Okay. So I don't think I think Mr. Parker have started the wrong footing. So you guys, thank you for giving me the opportunity. Thank you.
So you think Amin Muda is not a good pick for the Minister of Commerce position?
Honestly. Okay. Honestly, because look at the footing. Amin Muda is everybody accusing of you Lebanese, and we know how the Lebanese people run the country. And you carry him, and he's a businessman. You carry the Minister of Commerce. It's a conflict of interest.
Okay. All right, my dear brother.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Let's keep it civil that way. This person, go ahead. 1 minute. Let's hear you.
Hello, hello, Oliver.
Hello, sir. What's your name? Where you join us from, Chief?
Quita Lawrence.
Yeah, Quita Lawrence. Go ahead.
Quita Lawrence Lonta from Massachusetts.
The USA. Go ahead.
Yeah, Oliver. If you take a beer from the bottle and put it in a glass, does it automatically change to Kinju?
I mean, the beer would just be in the glass instead of beer bottle.
That beer. So when we expecting something different from Boca, Boca said he was a race car packed. Now we have given him a car key. He's the driver. When he said bringing the same passenger, then he even changed the route. He even changed the side he go. The same man who or how he call him. What kind of minister? All the different ministers that he's still putting it in the same position. Same position. What different you expect that he coming to do that Ellen didn't do? What that was, you think how what is look, they say to qualify. The appointments. Look how the race coming up. Instead of being on e-mansion, that's Spoon Evan, the new e-mansion, and Spoon Evan got to be publishing name now. That's Spoon Evan now.
Oh yeah.
Most of the information that will be coming from the executive mansion, y'all will have to get it from Spoon Evan. Because that's someone that manipulate the man want that. Hey, that's what you want.
And this is
so the first thing that will be given.
This is terrible because there is an official conduit of disseminating such information, and that is the e-mansion website.
You're wasting your time because everything will go through Spoon Evan. That's what Stanton wanted. He want monopoly. He want the one to be breaking the news. And that's what he's been fighting for.
But this is
and that's what Boga will do.
This is not the leadership that the Liberian people voted for, because we voted for a government that will be responsible and not a government that will behave in a very childish position. That is just fair to the voters now.
Do what I say, don't do what I do. Yeah, bro.
Thank you very much.
Say, don't do what I do.
Thank you. We leave you. We take this other person. What's the name? Where do you join us from? Go ahead.
Yeah, hello. Okay, how are you? My name is Anthony Saki. Thank you for the program. Calling from Qatar.
Qatar, Anthony, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. Sometimes I'm confused. I can wonder sometimes what do we want as Liberian?
Okay.
Sometimes they're too much jealous. Sometimes they're too much jealousy, envy, and hates can sometimes confuse us. President Weah came to power. He tried to bring in new breed of Liberian to get experience and start to understand how governance look. we criticize and condemn. They are incompetent, no experience, social children. Or President Joseph Boakai coming to power, bringing a competent, quote unquote competent and experienced people back. Then we say that recycle. He using Madam Seri people. What do we want? How can we do it? What we really want? I think in my mind, we are trying to do it the best way by bringing totally young breed of Liberians.
Okay.
But we condemn and castigated him. We condemn his government. We say all the negative about him. President Joseph Boakai, I don't think he won that. That's why he bringing people who he feel and think have experience, competent, and qualified.
Okay. So
imagine our young coming up BSc holders and other people. When will they ever come back? When will they ever come back? Isn't that what we want?
There is a situation there. Folks who are saying, Mr. Boakai said, Ellen Squander did not do it better, but you know he's given the chance now to do it, and he's using the very people who Ellen used. They are thinking that they are thinking a similar thing that happened under Ellen may happen under him if care is not taken.
Which is seriously contradicting on the part of Honorable President Joseph Boakai. But equally so, when he brings new breed of people again, who will say they don't have government experience.
Okay.
That's our own problem. We are.
Okay, all right.
We have a problem. When he brings new breed of people again, even if they are old, you see the situation. So we ourselves we have problem too. We don't know what we want. It's not easy. I don't know. What do we want? How can we do it?
So I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt for the next 20 seconds. Now, there are also people of the opinion who think that there are qualified, experienced Liberians who could have been contacted by Mr. Boakai to serve his government other than going for the old officials under the Ellen administration. Don't you think it would have been also appropriate had he done so?
Which I also agree 100%. I agree. That's what we call new breed. New breed, they can be older, experienced with good qualifications.
I mean,
but when we say again, they don't have government experience.
Okay, thank you very much.
Say something again about it negatively.
Thank you very much, my
so
dear brother.
Confusing. We don't know what we want. I don't know.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for affording me the opportunity. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much. We leave you. We take this other person. Go ahead. 1 minute.
Good afternoon. Okay.
Good evening from Liberia. Where you join us from?
Kaji joining from Grand Bassa County.
Grand Bassa County. This is not your number, but anyway, go ahead quickly. Okay, we leave you right there. Let's take this other person. Go ahead. 1 minute.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good evening from Liberia. Let's hear you, Chief.
Yeah, Maurice calling from the township of Disdale, commonly called Paul Village.
Paul Village. Go ahead, Morris. Let's hear you, Chief.
You see, all the things that we just happy out here on, I can look out Liberia to just be a place that full of fun. Yeah.
Oh, the country full of fun.
Yeah, that's really fun. We are there.
What do you mean?
Can you imagine? We are still crying on the old thing that we've been crying on. Okay, today, the other person today living for 8 hours. Then the other old people that were there before looking at the crowd, and today they will still put them back there. Liberia, we don't know what to do now. Yeah? Thank you.
Okay, and that is the sound of a frustrated Liberian. So you see why it is important. Let's take the other person. Go ahead.
Good afternoon, okay?
Good evening, my brother. Let's hear you, Chief.
All right, I'm Franco T. Dave from SKDO community.
Go ahead.
Okay. You see, these are bunch of power-tastic hecklers who demonstrated in previous time when they organized themselves into CPP and could not control that institution. The fabric of that institution fell apart. These are the same old people today we have given power. But let me let the Liberian people know that these people are coming with the agenda of nocturnal mechanism. There will be nothing good that will come out of them.
Are you wishing evil for the country?
Not that I'm wishing evil, but this is practically the reality. These people have been demonstrating that, and we know it. We know them for that. I'm telling you, this country economically, politically will be struggled later. The suffering of the Liberian people is yet to come. See, even the preparation of the inaugural program. See how it was. See how disgraceful it was. See the shame and disgrace that came to the Liberian people. What can these people do? They will just ransack this country. The wealth of this country divided among themselves. And you'll see that even the early generation he criticized in the previous years will do better, will perform better than the Baka man. Baka right now is a single visionary. I'm telling you something serious.
Okay, my dear brother. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your input. Liberians are talking, and Liberians will continue to talk to make their country better. This person, go ahead. 1 minute.
Good afternoon, okay.
Good evening, my dear brother. Rabak Pakoyan.
Thank you for the recognition of my name, make pronouncing my name very, very decently, and you are fellow person. Thank you very much for giving the opportunity. Thanks to our father, same time, for allowing us.
Hey, Mama, go ahead.
You know why Honorable Baka is bringing back the old folks? Because he decided for all of them to retire together. If you say you're going to make a difference, that's a difference. You heard all the old people crying around here. Our president, we are not doing it the right way. The reason that president, we have a lot of young guys in power, opening the young guys' eyes so they can be able to take leadership tomorrow. So that way, he brought the young guys. For Joseph Boakai, who said he's going to do it better. The better you're talking about, the better you're bringing people that already been retired from the diaspora to get a job so they can retire. Some of them can, when they finish from power, they will be able to live with the live money that will be stolen by them, so they can be able to live. So that's the reason why you see they just taking the same alcohol oil.
So, with the exception of these people serving in the Ellings administration, don't you trust their personal ability to deliver? For example, Amin Moda is being tipped to go to the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. Do you think Mr. Moda can be a better Minister of Commerce?
In the first place, thank God I listen to other people saying Amin Moda man is a Lebanese man. So the first thing, our whole commerce activity, it can be done by Lebanese people. Those people will not do anything better than better than what they did in Helen God. They will be worse. It will be worse. Let me tell you the truth. They will not do anything better than.
Are you praying for it to be worse, or you have some indicators that's informing your prediction?
I'm not praying for it, because if you start to pray for bad thing to happen to your country, then you yourself, you're not serious in the first place. Because we should pray for our country to move forward. But look at the breed of people that man bringing in. Those people, those people, they really innovative. Because when you get in, you know what can happen to you. So Joseph Boakai bringing his all retired people, so all of them can retire together. So what will be stolen from the Liberian cover, they can be able to be using until God can come for some of them. So that the reason why he bring it back, they see all people. I told you, the alcohol you put in permanent oil is the same oil.
Okay. Thank you very much, my dear brother. We leave you right there. Rabak Pakoyan, we leave you. Let's take this other person on the line. You're on the international line. Go ahead. Good evening.
How are you doing, sir? This is Will Naduko from the U.S.
Okay, from the U.S. Go ahead, Will.
There's a guy who said something. He said that the Liberians who don't know what they are looking for. If Joseph Boakai happened to be in a young force, we would say they are not experienced. I hope he's listening. My question to him is, how did Joseph Boakai and the rest of the people that he appointed to, how do they get their experience? Did they born with the experience? No. I think they were put in power and they learned it. So what we say, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. My brother, I think I called yesterday and I said this. I'm so sorry for the youth. I'm so sorry for those guys who went to school, who parents so bitter ball, so April and sent them to school. Some of them graduated at the age of 20, 25, 30. Now they in their 50. And no job. They have no job. So you want to know those guys are not competent to work in the Liberian government? Is that what the other guy is saying? Bringing back the old forces? Those guys who already stole and they went broke, and you bringing them back again. What does that? What does this sound?
And this is why some Liberians are concerned, because they're saying, okay, there is nothing bad with Mr. Bwaga bringing people who are educated, people who are mentor to government board. When you want to do it, Liberia is not short of ideas. Liberia is not short of manpower. Bring new set of people who are experienced. There are people who are working with the banks in America. There are people working with different institutions around the world. Even in Liberia, there are United Partisans. There are Liberians who are not even United Partisans, who are working in different sectors in Liberia, who can better serve in these positions than bringing the same old wines, you know, from the previous administration to your government. They think it is a repetition.
Yeah, of course you are right.
Okay,
you are right. Because they have young, competent people who from the Unity Party, even if you don't want to involve other people into it, you get young or Unity Party who are competent for those jobs.
Oh yeah.
And they are waiting, they are hoping, and now you let them down. You bring back the same old forces. You know, it's very painful. It's like recycling government. It's so painful and embarrassing. Very painful and embarrassing.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. I saw Lady Yaka calling a few minutes ago. Lady Yaka, the line is terrible. Please don't hold me responsible. I don't want you hold me responsible. But this person, let's take this person on the line. Go ahead, sir. Let's hear you. Hello. Go ahead.
I'm KPW Someone and I'll call from Soul Clinic.
Soul Clinic. Go ahead, sir. Let's hear you.
This is my first time calling on your show, KOK. You know the falling of this nation started on the money. Can you imagine that? We have the hair for the nation and you were falling us. So do you think how the country going to be? We just have to pray to the Almighty God.
And interesting there, they are doing the appointment and not using the executive mansion website, but using small radio stations, different Facebook pages. This is not how a government should operate.
Most especially the station, I know how to call it. Spoon FM, the criminal station. That's a mix station. And the Punch FM, all those kind of funny station. Is this where we're supposed to be getting information from?
I don't think this is the Liberia the Liberian people voted for on November 14. I don't think so.
Okay, I want to sing. The starting of this nation, the forming of this nation started on the morning. So we have to continue to pray to the Almighty God.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you very much. We leave you right there. We take this other person on the line. What is her name? Where do you join us from, sir?
Yeah,
Quickly, let's hear you, my brother.
Okay, my name is Avi Wusi, first to be called son of KOK.
Go ahead.
And then I joined the conversation this afternoon from the George District number 14. But then, one my Senator, who is the former president of this country, in one of his campaign tour to District number 14, he said in a quote, who are those coming back? Are they not the same people who were here a few years ago and towards this kind of opportunity? So that thing is trying to tell us that these people, they only change Senator, but they did not change partisan. It's the same people who were here in the Unity Party that stay at the back, push Mr. Bwaga in front as Senator, and then they wanted to succeed and then they succeed. But instead of them taking their information from the executive mansion WhatsApp and then taking it to their favorite pages and that of radio station like Spoon FM, we witness over the time those people to us in this country that the people who are controlling the executive mansion WhatsApp, but that's doing the rightful thing.
Okay.
And to us who are doing the rightful thing, they are here referring to the FLSA as honorable, and then they are here posting sensitive information on their individual pages. All we can say is that people, this is a 6 year problem in the poor and managing and then creating the laser checkpoint that we are going to remove out.
Thank you very much. We'll leave you. We'll take this other person quickly. The callers are 2 minutes. We'll give them the time. Caller, are you available? Okay, let's take this person. Lady Yaka is on the line. Go ahead.
Yes. Okay.
Man CC, Lady Yaka, go ahead.
Thank you. Lord, I'm thinking you smart. Very, very smart. I'm a smart guy.
Go ahead, man.
No, my son. Kiki, I just laugh. Kiki, I just laugh. I'm gonna boss on power with you, okay? Yeah! I just laughing. Yeah, my son. No, I will have much to say. Okay, we told the people, and you for Sunday Sonya for 6 good years. We talk about the poor, sorting. I will say, any day, Joe Bwaga coming. You sell it, Papa. The brain going down.
they hail. Everybody down. See what he's doing now. But if you're not doing nothing, he's doing this, he's doing that. See, we're talking about putting people in your government. They're taking it from your bedroom, sending the offer. Taking it from your bathroom, sending the offer on Facebook. And then says, okay? You say, but if you're not doing the right thing, we can do the right thing. You got all people. From the show that we start, when they're holding stake, they're coming. You people because you want to retire with them. Our children want to school, okay, for God's sake. And then we are saying, no, but people are here, I will work along with them. And the rest of the we are there, you are fighting for them. But for me, I enjoy it, okay, I want to tell you laugh. I will just laugh, kiki, I will just laugh. I enjoy the bad way. Because we are saying, my people are here, my children, you are here, they want to school, they need to do something in their own country. We agree that that's why Liberians, they need to work. But then they be the youth to work. What is going on in the country? That what any government you bring it up back, that man for I know how to call you and what a point. All I hear review, that man was killed. So the hotel there, they say you want to go swim. All of them men regime, any regime, that man the point grandma come whosoever come up. All of them regime they were killed. Now no even going to see man say, oh, there was no camera this and that in the hotel. Are you kidding me? You bring the people back? You can be able to how do I say they call a place? You think that will be solved? No, then you just go for free and swim for you. That go for Baka. Let you suffer you. And I get one job for Baka government. Thank you.
Okay, we leave you right there. Later, Yaka, we leave you. We take this other person on the line. Go ahead. 1 minute. Let's hear you. Hello? Okay, we leave you there. Let's take this international caller. Caller, what's your name? Where do you join us from?
Yeah, there's Emmanuel Davis calling from Brooklyn, Ohio.
Brooklyn, Ohio. Go ahead, Davis.
Okay, I'm a little bit confused. If you guys saying that we should pray for Liberia, what kind of prayer we should offer to Liberia?
I'm not asking people to pray for Liberia. Trust me, I'm not going to do that. God is going to bless all of us. The government is elected to do the right thing. Nobody come and pray yet. What the right thing will be done? Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, let me just give you a scenario. Okay, you built a house 20 years ago, and the old zinc, you remove it from there, and you put a new one there. And then the new one that you put, it has a little leakage, and you remove the new one from there, you put an old zinc back. Then when you're reading, you say, read that fall in your room. You want to enter your room?
Obviously, it will.
So Labra will feed the witch for the decision they make. They will feed the witch. We in the world, you get young men from power, they go for, oh man, we can even say, we can stay for 10 minutes to read document. That they may go for in power, we will be sleeping. And no man will be taking the country money. Labra will feed their own disaster. Nobody going to pray for Labra. I don't waste my time. And I don't feel for nobody in Labra anymore. I don't think for anybody in Labra for making the worst decision ever.
You still got to keep supporting your family. Keep supporting your family irrespective of who they voted for.
Even to my own family people, as we speak now, told us the decision you make, it will harm you. What they want, people are looking for young people, strong people who have vision. The Bible talk about vision. The young people will have dream. They will see vision. They say the old people, bring old men who can't even do nothing for themselves. They may in a horror year before you start getting money horse. That the man will come and rescue you. That the man can rescue you. Somebody in a horror year for people going to help me. The man work for 12 years, and Henry Costa who also was supporting him. That man can rescue you.
So you don't think so you don't think the likes of Ami Moda at the Ministry of Commerce, you know,
I mean, what I say, Lebanon man. That's going to go back to Lebanon. Trust me. You do want to Lebanon post support that Joseph Braga.
Wow.
Labron, look, I can tell you, okay, Labron will eat their own flesh and drink their own blood. They see it for themselves. I don't care for no Labron anymore. I'm telling you.
Okay, we leave it right there.
I'm telling you, brother.
We leave it right there. Thank you very much. Thank you. We leave you from the United States, from Brooklyn, in the U.S. Let's see if we can take Liberians are speaking. Ami Moda, Ministry of Commerce and Industry. People say he's a Lebanese, but he's a Liberian, though. The Liberian Center will also have to ask him for proper papers because his complexion is purely. So yeah, so I mean, once he can prove that he's a Liberian citizen, the next thing is to prove that he will be different. He will be a different Minister of Commerce. Let's take this other person. Go ahead. 1 minute. Where do you join us from?
You getting me?
We're getting you loud and clear. William W. Wulu. Go ahead, William.
Thank you for the recognition, brother. Can you said it all? Yeah, for your point intro, you said that no insult, and you will be focused. And we know what people can do. People are there for 11 people. So even my wall or say something, talking, it can help you. So why more insult? Hey, my talking can help you. So what should I insult?
Oh, yeah.
Time, we have to know different things. The last time, I said, I didn't know because when you win, you prosecute my all you want to stop. So these are people that went in any government. Now you are bringing them up blue. So they probably can't put all official here. But that's what happening. When the Manabazo, we see I got a new place. But the rest of the people, these are people that have been working in any government. We are I've been with that. So I'm just like a new thing coming to do now. Then the men are start over to the circle agreement. I don't have Bubo. They may pay LPC, FPRC. Don't fire me for corruption. What are you doing? Let me do. That's the same thing, but you're not that. Because of hate or greed. But therefore, they are corrupt money. Money, I just want to do corruption. Because if you don't have vampire, the vampire is watching in a day. Also, you're sucking him up blood. Because they ain't tired. Even if not got money, I got that corruption on it. Before you take power, you know, you're one of the husband and wife. What you got money for? You know who they're breaking. What you got money for? So corruption is at a high degree. Thank you.
We leave you right there, William W. We leave you right there. Liberians are speaking, and we do not have any right whatsoever to censor their opinion. This is Freedom Hub on 87.9. My name is Kine, Oliver Kine. It is less than 12 minutes to 6 o'clock. Let's take this quick break to come right back. Lady Yeke Mansisi raised a song, and I just want us to listen to it. It was done by King Dennis. It's called I Just Laugh.
Flex speak out of song. Yeah, I got money that's sunny. I'm a fight down to see someone fire out. More than anything in the world, I can make me to laugh. When I look at my country, I laugh. When I look at Jimmy, I laugh. When I look at Story, I laugh. I can laugh at a hero. I can laugh at a Batman. I can laugh at a zero. I can laugh at a garment. Kiki, I just laugh. 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 Nancy love me because you're all taking breath. She know English, she know math. She not able to drop common graph. And I asked she just end up. She spent 2 years in UL, fan row, stand up. And the man said she go away. Tell her say that I ain't trying not to learn but to dry it. But the teacher can say it. In not talking, he tired, she say I think I will take them on one hand. On the pay, I will pass and say them on one hand. Ogo Jonah can make me to laugh. I paying good money, don't take on my blast. That's in that can make me to laugh on it.
I just laugh. This is a song by the man King Dennis. I just laugh. But again, we're back on the radio. There are too many things happening in the country, and we have no other option but to keep heralding those issues. Now, you're going to call us to make your import. I'm in Moda to the Ministry of Commerce. Greg Coleman back to the LMP. Abi Kraman, DEA. Sarah Beslo Yanti, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Bwaka Kamara. Boma Kamara. Ministry of Finance. Sylvester Grisby, Ministry of State for Presidential Affairs. The list, still coming up. Double Jala LRA replacing the late, Thomas Nando. Peace to his ashes. You also have a lot of other people. Yeah, the list still coming up, but I mean, sadly for us as a country, it's been posted on radio station Facebook pages instead of the Executive Mansion official website. Come on. Why are we reducing the country to this level? This is a republic, for God in heaven's sake. Beyond this, these are people who are supposed to be the trained and educated folks in the country. These are people who are supposed to be the most sophisticated. Now, how can those who have professed over the period of being the most sophisticated, they know it all people, the all-knowing citizens, how can they be given the country and start to make these kind of simple mistakes? Read the Front Page Africa newspaper. Read the Front Page Africa newspaper. Don't listen to Freedom FM. Go and read the Front Page Africa newspaper. Today's headline: there is a corruption scandal. The government is not even 1 week old. There is a corruption scandal on the government. Go and read the Front Page Africa newspaper. Read the front page. There is this story. It was done on the 24th of January. Today, Wednesday. Read the story. Those of you who are watching online, you see the story. It says, who ate JMB money? Luther Tappet, the chairman of the Unity Party, is there, and Mr. Bwaka is also on it. Look on it. Do you see it? It says, who ate JMB money? Who? Let me see if I can read a part of it. Corruption unravels over $365,000 promised by Mr. Joe Bwaka, intended for inaugural celebrations in districts across the country. Who ate JMB money? It went on to say, credible information from district coordinators in each district received US $4,000 instead of $5,000 intended for them. Sources from the counties confirmed that the party chairman, Reverend Luther Tappet, instructed the deduction of $1,000 each. $1,000 each from the $5,000 allotted for the district's information from the district suggests that the county chairs also deducted further amount from the $4,000. These are people who are supposed to be the new government. Mr. Bwaka said, I will give $5,000 to each of the districts, the 73 districts across the country. Now, Front-Page Africa, I didn't say Freedom FM, I said Front-Page Africa has gathered that of the $5,000 promised by Mr. Bwaka, Reverend Luther Tappet is alleged to have deducted $1,000 out of the $5,000. Now, the county coordinators also confided in some of the reporters of Front-Page Africa that of the $4,000 they were supposed to receive per district, the leadership structure also went on to make further deductions. So some of the district received $2,000, some of the district did not even receive money at all. Come on. In Maryland, the people say, hey, Nyeswa. I mean, this is not what the people begging for. Oh, yeah, I agree. John Weir government was corrupt. Oh, y'all say was corrupt. You know, Weir didn't do it well. CDC was a childish administration. Corruption was all over. You didn't make 5 days. You're less than 3 days in government. This is Wednesday. You got inaugurated on Monday. This is Wednesday, and come 5,000 leave from the president's office. It can reach to the district. 1,000 leaving from on it. I'm not saying listen to this. I said go read Front-Page Africa newspaper. Look, let me tell you something. Liberians were willing to kill one another during this going election. You know why? It's because Liberians had explicit confidence in the particular team they were supporting individually. Those who supported the blue team felt that the blue team had it better. Those who supported the green team had explicit confidence in the green team. Now, at the end of the day, the green team became victorious in the process. Those ordinary Liberians who supported the Unity Party and the green team did that because they anticipate the highest level of change in this country. That's what they anticipate. They anticipate an era where there's going to be a reduction, a drastic reduction in this kind of corrupt attitude and corrupt allegations. In less than 3 days in the administration, come on, $5,000 from the office of Mr. Bwaka to the district level. We've been told that 1,000 left. Out of the 1,000, further deductions were made. Now, the government even take the key of the central bank yet. They not even got a key yet. And you have these things happening. Come on. So how are we? Where? I mean, so the guy who called from Point 4 who said the country ain't going anywhere. I don't want to believe so. But when these things start to happen, then it means we are left with no other option but to believe what people are projecting. You campaign on the matter of rescuing the country. The best thing you can do is to rescue Liberia. The best thing you can do is to rescue the country. The best thing you can do is to rescue the country. Rescue the country. To rescue the country is not for you when Mr. Bwaka sent 5,000 for you to go and steal it. Now you see the kind of corrupt attitudes coming up. When we don't talk about it, these things will sweat up. Officials will start to get more corrupt, and there will be nothing that the country will realize. Do we take pride in Liberia feeling? No. Me, okay, will not support anything that will spoil this country. No. Never. Never will I support anything that tend to spoil this country, I will never do it. We want this country to get better. If this country should get better, it should have to take the government seriousness to make it better. For the government to be serious, people who are in the government should be very serious. To think that we will sit in this country and allow these ordinary things to happen untouched, you gotta rethink. Liberia is at a place where we have zero tolerance for rubbish. Hello? We are at a level where we have zero tolerance for carelessness. We are at a level where we have zero tolerance for inappropriate and lack of due diligence. That's why we frown on day one the issue that has to do with the poor preparation of the inaugural program. That's why we frown on the fainting process of Mr. Boakai. That's why we frown on it. We think people should be held liable for that. That's why we are frowning on people using Facebook pages of individual media institutions and prominent people instead of using the official website or the Facebook page of the executive mansion. You're running a government and not one susu club. We shouldn't be running around to know where the next breed of people who will be paid with taxpayers' money. We should be running around to know where their nomination is taking place. No, Liberians should have access to those information, not from any pecky peck, a platform from, but from recognized platforms, recognized institutions. In this case, the executive mansion is the only authorized official page. It may be the Ministry of Information, but since there are no appointments at the Ministry of Information level, the office of the president should have a press attaché. When Mr. Boakai was not inaugurated, you have letters coming up from, with the letter here, office of the president-elect, office of the president-elect. Good. It was good by then because he was not inaugurated to be in full control of the executive mansion, i.e. the other, website and pages of the executive mansion. Now that he is inaugurated, his team should be in charge. Just stop it. Yeah, just stop. We're not, it doesn't show any sign of maturity. It doesn't show any sign of good governance. Just stop. This is not what you promised. No, it is still look. The reason why most of the children spoil in the country is because when they were small coming up, 6 months old, 8 months old, 11 months, 1 year, 2 months, and they start cussing. The child start acting funny. The child is abusing, and you talk to the child. You say you let the child. That's how children tend to spoil. If that child reach 2-3 years, the child start cussing, baba cussing the community. It will be difficult to change that child because the child is already deeply entrenched in cussing. The reason why we are nipping it sooner with this United Party government is because we don't want the child to grow recklessly. The child's still young. When the child's still young, I tend to put training in it. When you wait until the child is strong and old to instill discipline in that child, it's going to take forever. If you're not careful, you're not going to revive that child. That child will end up growing to be a Zogo. And so we're very clear on it. You are just starting. You need to be very, 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 very authentic with all of what you do. Stop playing the Liberian people. We should be passing around looking for funny people pages to go get information. When we have the executive mansion page that we should have authentic information. Media people want to know who are appointed. They're passing around. They do not have the access to go. They do not even know where to go and find it. The only reason is because you refuse to use the proper channel. No, when you are elected a government, you are elected to be the regime that will serve the entire country irrespective of the political party, media affiliation, religious affiliation of individuals. You are the head of the country. You are in charge of the country, and you for all the people in the country. Oh, we'll be passing around checking the radio stations, funny Facebook pages when we have an official channel. Let me end on this issue of the appointments of people from the recycling thing. I do not have anything personal against all those who are being appointed by Mr. Boakai. But when you preach a political message that branded other people as being unsuccessful because of the way they did their things, and you're given a chance, and instead of making it better, you're still into the same shoes and the same pattern, then people like us will rise up to the occasion and remind you. When you ask me, I'll tell you to give the young people in the Unity Party the chance. I mean, we should not even be discussing job on party lines. But since this is the tradition in Liberia where the winning party will normally take it all, we are encouraging Mr. Bwaka to look within the Unity Party Alliance. The MDRA is there. ACOP is also there. Edward Abeton people there. Unity Party herself there. Look into the UP Alliance. There are competent and qualified young people. Some of them got 2-3 masters. It's unfortunate that some of these people who went to school, went to some of the best schools on the planet, are not even on the list of the first 2. Interestingly, people who serve under an administration that Mr. Bwaka criticized severely are the ones making the first 2 pages. So the reason why governments can fail is because key partisans, key members of a particular political struggle are often sidelined, and as a result of their being sidelined, it can trigger internal fight, which can spill over and to a greater extent can affect government efficiency. I am saying so because I know so. Give some of the young people the chance. Some of the young people were not only good to cause George Weah. No, some of them were not only good to insult President Weah. No, they were not only good to be causing George Weah. If they were good to insult George Weah, if they were good to disrupt the Weah's administration, if they were good to say all of the nasty things about the former administration, if they were good enough to cause public disturbance, if they were good to instigate tension on social media, if they were good, to open pseudo accounts and keep spreading profane languages against the sitting government at the time, they should also be good for appointment today. If you don't do so, you're going to be breeding internal conflict within your political arrangement, and that could spill over to national governance. And the reason why we're saying that is because you are in charge of the country. Whatever affects your domestic issues, whatever domestic problem you're going to have within your political party structure is going to have an adverse impact on the national governance structure. This is where the nation will start to retrogress. When you add 6 years to all of us ages in this country, we're going to be a bit older. The country too old for us to retrogress for 6 years. People in the United Party are confiding in us. The young people are not happy. They are angry. In fact, they are getting disappointed because even this week will end. Next week will end. The young people are not even finding their way. There are no signals to show that they're going to be given the opportunity to serve. We are in a modern era. The reason why places like Liberia can boast of one of the best recreational facilities on the beachfront is because a young man in Trokonkwi was given an opportunity by George Weah to spearhead that project. As young as he is, as energetic as he is, he was able to put in all of his expertise. He was able to navigate the modern, research centers, get out of what he needed to do because he's with this era. He's competent, he's qualified. So he was able to do everything possible to set up the Invisible Park. He set up the PHP, the other different parks around this place. Now, there are young people who did medicine. There are young people who are financial experts. There are young people who also did different stuff. They have the different field of study. Why aren't you giving them the opportunity? Why are you bringing these old school people who have lived in a different era? We are in a different era. I'm not too sure these people were only good to cause George Weah and seditions. No. I'm not too sure they would. I'm not too sure their only reason for supporting you was to insult the CDC. No. If they were good to insult the CDC, they should also be good to be appointed assistant and deputy ministers. They should be good to be appointed as ambassadors and whatever. They should be good to be appointed as head of agencies. They should be good to be appointed in strategic positions, because that is what will bring stability in your political party arrangement. And once there is some form of stability in your political party arrangement, obviously there's going to be stability on the national front. When the party that is in charge of the country is in disarray, there is a likelihood that political governance will be an issue. And once political governance is going to be an issue, automatically, governance on a large scale will be an issue. And once that starts to happen, it will start to affect deliverables. When deliverables are challenged, then government inefficiency comes about. You don't want to run the country into such a political nyama-nyama. We'll return here on tomorrow. A continuation of all of these issues as we anticipate that this country will move on the right trajectory. You promise the people change, and that change is what we need. That change is what we anticipate. Nothing but change. We will take nothing else. Nothing else we will settle for but for you to rescue the people of the country. And so we'll return here on tomorrow. But as Man CC Lady Yeke requested, we'll do this song. As our take-home song is called I Just Laugh. We'll return on tomorrow. Have a wonderful time. God bless you. Bye-bye.
Yeah, I got money that's sunny. I'm a boy down to see so on Friday. More than anything in the world, I can make me to laugh. When I look at my country, I laugh. When I look at Jimmy, I laugh.